was corralled in amongst the knot of revellers wearing a pink party hat and a necklace of tinsel. Leading the charge was Cale, a bull of a man who headed up their department. Julie disliked him with a passion and had always described him as a walking gob on a stick. He shoved his way to the bar and she appeared at his side. It seemed Julie had changed her mind. He barked out a long drinks order in a deep baritone voice that suited his Pavarotti physique. The hassled barmaid ignored him and continued serving the guy next in line. Julie began to dance on the spot, waving her arms above her head and throwing her head from side to side. Her hat fell off, revealing her long blonde locks as they tumbled around her shoulders. A few of the others joined in. Cale wobbled and bobbed his broad shoulders to the thumping beat beside her. Julie always had the ability to start a disco in the vegetables aisle in Tesco. Cale turned his attention back to the poor barmaid, who was trying to look at anyone but him. "Over here, sweet cheeks, over here," he shouted out. She finally gave in and Cale bowled his order at her. Pints of beer, glasses of wine and gin cocktails were shuttled back to the waiting partygoers. He handed Julie a fishbowl full of gin and something or other. I can remember thinking, she doesn't even like this stuff. I watched from the other side of the room, keeping myself obscured by the punters at the bar. The place pulsated to festive songs, everyone singing along. How am I going to get out of here without being seen? The thought rattled around in my head as I stared into the full pint in front of me. The bubbles rose through the glass, saying, "Drink me." But I need to go now before she spots me. An awkward meeting with Julie was not what I wanted right now. Maybe I could keep myself hidden in the crowd for another few minutes. Just enough time to make this pint disappear. A big mistake. Try as I might, I couldn't help but glance across at Julie and her workmates. She was hands down the most beautiful woman in the room, but she looked different to how I remembered. Her hair was the same, and I'd seen that dress before, but somehow she looked different. Then it hit me. She looked happy. She wasn't trying to cover up the latest bruise by constantly applying makeup or walking on eggshells frightened of saying the wrong thing. She was being herself, happy and getting drunk on a Christmas night out. She was being Julie, the woman I'd fallen for before I went away. I felt a physical pain strike up in my stomach, quickly rising towards my chest. My heart raced. I spun a beer mat on the bar to distract myself. The mat spun faster and faster. The music sank into the background, drowned out by the sound of water rushing through my head. The mat flipped onto the floor. I stared at it by my feet. There was a commotion at the far end. Cale was yelling at the barmaid. At first I thought he was ordering another round, then I saw him thrust his pint into her hand. "And I'm telling you, it's off," he bellowed. The young woman busied herself pouring another and handed it to him. "So is this," he roared. The woman didn't know what to do. "Fuck me, a pub that can't pour a pint," he crowed at the top of his voice. The manager appeared and tried to calm the situation. Cale was animated, stabbing his fat finger across the bar at the woman. The manager held his hands in a sign of surrender. It all calmed down. Next, I saw the manager hand over a tray loaded with shot glasses to Cale, while mouthing the words, "Sorry, sir." Cale forced himself away from the bar with a full pint in one hand and the tray in the other. He weaved his way to where Julie and the others were jigging around to the cacophony of noise blasting from the speakers. "Oh, yes," Cale announced. "What did I tell you? Who's the daddy?" I chugged down half my pint, trying to drown the pain in my chest. The bastard had set that stunt up to get free drinks. What a wanker. "I told you. Now who's the daddy? Who's the daddy?" Cale was rotating on the spot, doling out the shots. "You're the daddy, you're the daddy," they chanted back, pointing at him. He was accepting the adulation while strutting around doing some kind of gangster rap walk. Julie was pointing and singing along with the others, down in the liquor. She doesn't like shots either.